Hi there! Do you know what's important to have on a railway network? Well, it's the trains, of course. A railway network needs trains to carry passengers from point A to point B. This is what we're going to discuss in this episode of Justified. Today we are talking about what trains operate on Melbourne's railway network. Currently, the Comengs, the Xtrapolis and the Siemens trains operate on the network. There are also new types of trains that are going to run on different types of railway lines, such as the higher capacity trains, the Xtrapolis 2.0s, and more excitingly, the trains that will operate on the suburban rail loop. The oldest running fleet on the railway network is the Comengs trains. VicRail introduced the Comengs in 1981 to replace the Tate trains. Over the years, the Comengs have been refurbished to keep them running smoothly. There are roughly 177 three-carriage sets still running today. The original fleet of the Xtrapolis and Siemens trains were delivered in the early 2000s. These trains were delivered as part of the franchise agreements with Connex and M-Train. Connex delivered the Xtrapolis fleet while M-Train delivered the Siemens fleet. The original fleet had a few design flaws when they were rolled out on the network. When the government needed to expand the fleet due to the growing demand, they chose the Xtrapolis fleet as it had less significant issues than the Siemens fleet. Both fleets have had their interior modified to allow for more standing room. There'll be a newer fleet of
Xtrapolis
2.0s on the Craigieburn, Upfield and Frankston lines. They would have a similar style to the previous fleet, except they have modern features like open carriageways, better suspension, and more consistent door spacing. The government has funded to construct 25 of these trains. They'll be delivered from 2025 onwards. There's also another future train fleet planned for Melbourne. This train will be for the new rail corridor on the suburban rail loop. All we know about them so far is about 13 trains will be delivered initially, and is likely to be fully driverless and have less carriages than the standard fleet. They'll be delivered once the project is complete in the 2030s. Let's talk about the higher capacity trains coming to Melbourne. The initial discussion about these trains was from the Public Transport Victoria Rail Plan in 2013. During this time, they were just a concept to coordinate with the proposed upgraded signalling system. The signalling proposed is also known as a moving block signalling system, which is designed so trains can distance themselves instead of the signals on the ground restricting them. This is so trains can safely run closely together. After the Public Transport Victoria Rail Plan was released, it was just a concept and nothing more. Only until the state election in 2014, the government released plans for a set of 25 higher capacity trains with improved signalling and some level crossing removals. These plans were cancelled when the newly elected government announced it would be expanded to a bigger program in 2015. Instead of just 25 trains, the government expanded it to 37 trains for the full Cranbourne and Pakenham lines. 1 year later, the government ordered another 28 trains to run on the Sunbury line. This is to prepare for the opening of the metro tunnel, which would connect those lines together. There are also future plans to expand the order even further, to allow them run on the proposed airport rail link. This is because the airport rail link will be connected to the Sunbury line. These trains are not called higher capacity for no reason at all. They have 20% more capacity than the standard fleet. This is due to the trains having an extra carriage than the previous fleets. This meant platform extensions had to be constructed before the trains could operate on the line. These trains have open carriageways along the 7 carriages. The standard fleet, however, has only a 3 carriage set configuration. Inside this new train, there are proper network displays showing where the train is located, better accessibility for those who need it, and hybrid seating arrangement, which is suitable for this kind of system. And that's about everything I had to cover what trains operate on Melbourne's railway network. Comment down any suggestions for future content. The next video planned will be on grade separations, so stay tuned for that. Alright, now let me catch the evolution train. Yeah, I said it, evolution train.
And don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can find out when the next video is. Twilight Sparkle out. See ya!